Welcome to the video. My name is Sho, and in this video I'm going to share why motivation is useless as hell. Right now it's 9:30 p.m. in Japan. Today I had a bit of a tricky day because since I started the everyday YouTube challenge, it's been a week or so. And today I woke up and I did all the morning routine and everything and check email, start working a bit, but I had to hit the gym. So 8:30 I believe that I hit the gym, and then I came back because today I've got a new tattoos right there. There's a couple tattoos that I've got, and it took me basically 6 hours, right? And then I came home and I had to say hi to some friend of mine's, and right now it's 9:30 p.m. The reason why I'd like to talk about this topic today is because I don't feel like it. I don't feel like shooting YouTube at all. But here I am doing this every single day. The reason why is because motivation shouldn't be the reason for you to move and take action and be consistent and dedicate your life towards the goal that you want to achieve. Whether it's a self-love or confidence or something that you want to achieve as an artist, or maybe perhaps you also do a YouTube channel like mine, or maybe you're working on other social media such as Instagram. And I have been on the social media game as a content creator on the side of the coaching. It's been 3 years. And obviously, the last 3 years I haven't really doing this everyday YouTube challenge type of things. And then I have been consistently posting content on Instagram and TikTok, which now Instagram I reached 800,000 followers, which I really appreciate for all of you guys who also follow my Instagram. Thank you very much. And TikTok, actually, I cannot log in because I forgot password, and I actually stupidly I've logged out by myself, and now I cannot back on TikTok because I forgot my password. It's been a couple of weeks that I haven't been able to log in my TikTok, which I'm completely fine with that. Even though I have 1.4 million followers on TikTok, I'm completely fine with that. Anyway, that's not a topic that I would like to talk about today, because in this video I really want to dig deep into this topic of motivation. I believe a lot of people, I get a lot of questions about motivation, like how do you stay motivated? How can I motivate myself to do this and XYZ? But I do not rely on motivation at all. Today I ate breakfast, and now I'm bulking, so I'm like, I have to eat a lot. But obviously today was a busy day. I had to get a tattoo for like 4 hours straight, and afterwards I had to, say hi to my friends and etc. Now I'm gonna finish this shooting and I'm gonna eat the dinner. But my point is, if I'm completely relying on motivation, then this is not happening. Because it's so easy to say that, you know what, I will be shooting YouTube almost every day anyway, then why don't I skip it? Why don't I just sit back on the couch, take a nice shower, and just eat? But I don't. Why? Because I want to show up as somebody who do things that I say. I don't say anything on my social media or in my private life, the things that I cannot do or things that I don't do. So I talk about motivation, I talk about self-love, and I talk about confidence, and then I obviously have to show up better than things that I say. And here's the thing. The reason why you shouldn't rely on motivation at all, and actually focus and value so much of your words to yourself. Because it's so easy to say that, you know what, it's just promise between me and myself, like nobody gives a shit, nobody knows. I can just break it easily. You shouldn't break the promise between you and yourself, because it's easy to break it. It's like this Japanese paper. It's a beautiful, beautiful paper that we have. It's called a washi. It's literally just what means that represent the Japan, that represent the culture, wa, and shi means paper. So the washi is very fragile, and it's very, very beautiful, and it's very thin paper. And it's absolutely beautiful. You can literally just Google it and then see how beautiful it's made. The more fragile the paper is, the more care it requires. So what I mean by that is, if you think about this thin, beautiful paper, it's made in Japan. It's absolutely beautiful. Obviously, if you put that into your bag without having anything, that it will be broken super easily. And then even if you're holding it, if you don't care, if you don't pay attention, then it will be broken as well. So my point of this washi is that the promise between me and myself, promise between you and yourself, is like washi. It's so easy. It's so easy to be broken. It's so fragile. So that's why it requires much more care and much more attention. And the promise that I make between me and myself doesn't require motivation. It requires my vision. It requires my care. It requires my dedication. It requires just a genuine thought to that promise. Because, cool, I could easily just say, just a YouTube, this stupid promise that I made with myself. Again, it's so easy for me to just break it, right? Because I don't feel like it today. I'm hungry right now. I'm tired, out whole day, getting tattooed for 4 hours. And I could easily just jump onto the bed and just take a bath and jump into the bed and like, good night. A lot of people left me a comment that I really enjoying this raw footage, like zero scripted, nothing, just me showing up with what I know and my experience and delivering the insight or new perspective or practices. And the reason why I brought it up, the comments, is because it's one of the fuel that drives me every single day, right? If what I'm doing doesn't really help anyone at all or doesn't bring any value, then I could be easily lost and not understanding why am I doing this. And Simon Sinek, one of the huge entrepreneur who wrote a book, such a great book, Start With Why. And if you haven't read that, I highly recommend that book. I think I've read that in Japanese and in English, I think quite a while ago. But it was such a beautiful book for you to have the purpose and have the why. And maybe some of you guys also not knowing that, I don't know, my purpose in life and my passion. But having why is literally the start for you to also expand your potential and capacity and also finding your purpose. So how does it relate to the motivation? If you have the why, I'm doing this because also people want to watch the video and then it's been helping people. Even if it's just one person, I don't care. Because I remember the fast workshop that I've done in my life. Okay, I've been a coach, life coach for about 3 years now. And the fast, very, very fast workshop. It was 5 days straight, every single day, committed. And I believe it was $35 or 35 euro because I lived in Amsterdam at the time. And then I did whole, hey, I'm doing this. And I believe that at the time that I had 40,000 followers or maybe less on Instagram. And hey, guys, I'm doing this. Like law of attraction and limiting beliefs and changing this and XYZ, meditations and everything. I made the whole campaign and promotion on Instagram. And I was expecting at least like, it'll be nice to have 10 people at least. It's not about money, but I'd love to have that 10 people who is going to join this, and I think it's going to be epic experience to get to know them and to get to know the whole journey and then be able to help 10 people. And as a result, there's only one person came to my workshop. This one girl, a very nice girl, and she came to my workshop and she did every single day with me for $35 for 5 days. I know it's cheap. But at the time, I was not that big on social media, and obviously, and it was the beginning of my career as well. But there was one video that I came across prior to that workshop. It was a Steve Aoki, the famous DJ, and then he's also Japanese, also Asian. And then he was saying in this video that I came across, I think it was Instagram or TikTok, that he was saying that now he perform in front of 10,000 people, 20,000 people, or maybe even more, because he's huge as a DJ worldwide. He was saying that a very fast gig that he did, it was someone else's house, and there was only 5 people in this gig. But he said, I play exactly the same way as I played with these 5 people. it's just the amount of the audience is the only difference. I play now and then before, I played exactly the same. I enjoy it, put the best in it. So obviously it was just one girl. I was expecting 10, 20 people. It would be nice. But one girl. Maybe a lot of people could be disappointed. A lot of people could be like, oh, it's just one person. Just, you know what? I don't think it's necessary to do my best. It's only $35 in my pocket. But I did my best. My intention was completely the same as now. Dedication, and then a focus, and then straight to the goal that I set, intention. And again, I'm doing this challenge the same way. Whatever the challenge that I set myself, whatever the promise that I make between me and myself, I set intention, and if I say it, then I show up, and that's what I do. But was I the same person before? No. 100% no. I was completely opposite. I say I'll do it, and 3 days later, I'll be like, that's it. But how did I change from that person to who I am now? I started to give myself a challenge. This is a practice that I can give you. Any challenge, anything you set for yourself. So for example, what I did was 7 days cold shower challenge. I did 30 days everyday workout challenge. I did a lot of different challenges. I did fasting, a lot of fastings, and I did a bunch of other challenges, and YouTube is still one of the challenges. I need to set myself a challenge in order to not to stay in the comfort zone, but stay out of the comfort zone and always challenging. And I'm telling you, I did 7 days cold shower challenge. It was winter. It was middle of the winter in Amsterdam. It was freaking cold. And funny enough, the very, very first day I did this cold shower challenge, my heater broke. So the entire house was absolutely cold because there's no heater working. And I was living in a shitty apartment back in Amsterdam. It was like €500 a month. And not to disrespect, but my roommates are pretty weird. Anyway, so when I started that, there's no heater in your house, middle of the winter in January, but I didn't take a warm or hot water. I didn't touch hot water from the sink, just only purely cold shower for 7 days. And guess what? It ended up for 365 days. I didn't touch hot shower coming out from shower, sink, whatever, like even wash my hands. I didn't touch any hot water for 365 days. And then when I did the and then when I did the workout challenge, it was a 30 days workout challenge, and I was waking up at 5:30 at the time, not anymore, but I was doing that for 30 days, and I was waking up 5:30 and hit the road because I didn't have a gym membership at the time. So I didn't even have the proper workout gear. I was borrowing my friend's old sweater and hoodie, and that's all the thing I had. It was middle of the winter. I go out freaking cold with a hoodie and a t-shirt in it, and I go out, run a bit, and start work out outside. No gym, no heater coming out in a nice gym. Now I go to the gym, yes, but that time, the 30 days, it was absolutely outside. If it's raining, I do all the abs and another practices, push-ups and whatever inside of the house. But my house was super tiny, so I'd rather go out freaking cold. And I did a 30 days challenge. And right now, I still work out 6 to 7 days a week. I hit the gym every single day almost, 6 to 7 days a week. So it's still ongoing process. The reason why I'm doing this YouTube challenge is also because teaching myself the motivation doesn't exist. It's such a useless word for lazy people. And I understand because I was lazy. I was lazy as fuck. I used to hit the gym 3 days a week, and I give myself like, oh yeah, I need a rest or whatever. Sure, scientifically, there are a lot of personal coaches that tell you that you need to also rest. And I understand that. I totally understand that theory. I totally understand that. I believe that it's true. But the reason why I head to the gym every single day, because I want to, and then I feel like I need that every single day. And then I want to be the person, I want to show up as a person who do hit the gym every single day. So again, it's just a promise between me and myself. It's so fragile. It's so easy. Anytime you can break it. Nobody gives a shit. People will give you praise and people will give you the acknowledgement of, wow, like you're doing so great. It's okay. Take it easy. Compromise. But the promise that I made between me and myself is essentially the part of who I want to be, who I want to show up in my life. And then I can guarantee you, if you set some sort of challenges, it doesn't have to be cold shower, it doesn't have to be 30 days workout challenge, something that you want to set as a challenge for yourself. And it's going to be so fragile promise between you and yourself. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody's going to die breaking the promise. It's so easy. But the only thing that you need to hold on to is that, why am I doing this? So if you can establish that why within you. So for example, in my case, why am I doing this? Well, the first reason is I want to deliver the value. And as long as there are people listening to me and watching this video and enjoying to some degree, or even appreciate me doing this, it's a good reason for me. This is a good why for me. But also, because it's so fragile to break, I want to put so much care and attention. Just because it's so fragile to break, I don't want to just look at it after completely broken into pieces and like, oh yeah, it's so fragile. You could have just be extra careful to treat that paper or even the glasses. So because nobody cares, you need to care much more than everybody else, as well as your success, as well as your happiness. Nobody cares your success. Nobody cares your happiness as much as you do. 60 to 80% of your life, you don't feel like it. Everybody doesn't wake up like feeling so motivated every single day to do the tasks and routines and all these challenges that I set myself. Nobody. And from that perspective, I completely feel how you feel, because I have moved too. I don't wake up like, sun is shining, let's get it. I say things like, sun is shining, baby, to set intention, tap into that energy, so that I don't need to rely on the motivation, because it's just useless shit. I hold on to the why. I hold on to the fragile paper. I understand that I have to care. I have to put so much care, because nobody else gives a shit about you. Nobody else. Nobody else is coming. Nobody else is coming to wrap that motivation and put the ribbon on it and then give you with a nice word. No. You just have to remind yourself with why you're doing this. You have to remind yourself that, hey, I want to show up as who I want to be from today. And you got this. You can do this. And I know I'm saying that motivation is shit, useless, whatever, piece of shit. But I want to motivate you. Because if you're feeling motivated, then it's awesome. It's a plus. But you also have to function and perform the same way. And especially when you're not motivated. And again, if I can do it, you can do it too. As I started from completely motivated, completely who I am now, no. I was exactly like you. I was not motivated, and then I didn't have any discipline. I didn't have the why. I couldn't do it. But going through the challenges that I set myself and I understood that it's so fragile, then how do I want to treat these promises? How do I want to? Imagine that you love this person, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, wife, kids, whatever. And then you make the promise between you and that person. And imagine if you break the promise, they will disappear from your life. How do you treat the promise? You probably do your fucking best to not to break the promise, because you don't want them to disappear, because this is they are the love of your life. They're your kids, they're your husband, they're your family. You do your best. Even if you're sleepy, you do things that you don't want to do. So what's the difference? You don't have that fear of losing them. But that's why it's so important. Because what you're losing might not be visual, but what you're losing, your time, in your life, your opportunity. Today, you are the youngest version of who you are. You are the youngest version of yourself the rest of your life. Tomorrow, you're older. 2 days later, you're older. 1 year later, you're older. The things that is gone now, you cannot gain it back. You cannot redo it. You cannot rewire like a TV and a YouTube. We live in the present moment. So fuck motivation. Ask yourself why you want to do this. And set a challenge. And let me say this again. If I could do it, you can do it too. And I show up today to show this to you. So if you're watching this video still, then this is a sign. Alright. Let me know in a comment if you set your challenge. You know what? Let me know in a comment what challenge you want to set yourself. So now, I'm watching you. You got this. Alright, with that said, I'll see you tomorrow. Live your life like a movie.